Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. Welcome to this session about the land of opportunities that Hong Kong is. On behalf of the public universities in Hong Kong, I would like to formally welcome you to this session to learn more about us. My name is Vicky Chan. I'm the senior manager from the University of Hong Kong, and I'm joined here today by Ms. Surian Wong from the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, and we will moderate today's session. Instead of giving you a very traditional admissions talk, what we would like to do today is to allow our students from different universities here in Hong Kong to share their own experience and to hopefully illustrate for you very vividly what being a student in Hong Kong is like. As I mentioned, the universities in Hong Kong represented here today are the publicly funded universities that we offer. You will find the names on the screen here. And at this point, I will also invite all our students to introduce themselves.
Hi everyone, my name is Arkady. I'm a second year student majoring in global economics and finance at the Chinese University of Hong Kong. I'm from Slovakia.
Hi everyone, my name is Nurdaulet Kimel. I'm a second year student at the University of Hong Kong from Kazakhstan. And I'm majoring at Decision and Analytics at the Faculty of Science.
Hi everyone, my name is Matthew Ruben Ma. I'm from Indonesia. I'm currently a sophomore at the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, majoring in global business.
Hi, I'm BQ. My full name is Bing Chang Chong. I'm Malaysian. I'm from the Education University of Hong Kong, and my major is Bachelor of Education degree in English Language Secondary.
Hey everyone, my name is Caleb, and I'm currently a second year student at the Hong Kong Polytechnic University, majoring in Electronic Information Engineering, and I'm from Pakistan.
Hello, I'm Hee-Sung. I'm from Korea. I'm studying management at City University of Hong Kong, and it's my third year at the university.
Hi everyone, I'm Thanh Thao. I'm from Vietnam and currently studying at Lingnan University, Hong Kong, second year and majoring in finance. Nice to meet you guys all.
Hi guys, I'm Mi Jing. I'm a student from Hong Kong Baptist University, and it's my final year. I major in biotechnology.
Before I let the students go on further about their own experience, I would also like to take this chance to introduce Hong Kong to you. I was born and raised in Hong Kong. It's my home city, and I think that it's one of the most vibrant cities to be in the world. We have much to offer, and while many are drawn to Hong Kong for the energy and vibe that is very often presented in videos, movies, photos, you may be surprised to find that nature is also a very big part of the city. With the very excellent transportation system we have, you will have easy access to great food, culture events, shopping, day-to-day amenities, walks in beaches, hike up to the peak, very easily accessible no matter where you are in the city. You will also find that you will get access to a very unique combination of being in a metropolitan city at the same time, and also being able to relax and chill out over the weekends. The geographical location of Hong Kong is something to be desired. Imagine how easily accessible it is for you to ride around in a tuk-tuk for chicken rice in Thailand one day, maybe hopping to a plane to ski in South Korea the other day. It is all within 5 hours of flight time in Hong Kong. Easily accessible, major Asia destinations, major markets that you'll find in Asia as well. Additionally, when we're looking further than Asia, you will also have access to the rest of the world in very easily accessible direct flights. You can reach a lot of international hubs like Amsterdam, Dubai, Frankfurt, Sydney within 10 hours. And the longest, we're probably looking at about 20 hours of flight time with a direct flight to New York. But the others, you're looking at averaging about 12 to 13 hours. And instead of my telling you how being a student, international student exactly in Hong Kong is like, I now would like to invite Arkady to speak about his experience. Arkady, please.
Thank you, Vicky. So today I would like to talk what activities you can find in Hong Kong. Namely, I'm going to specify in the activities on campus and also outside the campus. As I'm studying in CUHK, there are a big range of opportunities and activities on campus. First of all, you can go, if you want to spend your time outdoors, you have a big range of sports grounds. You can play basketball, you can play golf, you can play tennis. If you want, you can even go to the BART, which is inside CUHK campus as well. If you want, you can go to the library and study there. Lots of activities, as I'm telling you. Now let us specify mostly in Hong Kong. Hong Kong is a great combination of the metropolis and of nature. If you want, you can attend various types of hackathons. As I'm studying finance, that's what I'm actually interested in. Hackathons, lots of volunteering events. You can go to have internships, big range of opportunities for you and activities. If you want, you can also see this incredible seasides in Hong Kong. You can go hiking, you can explore great nature of Hong Kong. And that's actually the reason why I love this city. One of the best places in Hong Kong. You can first go to attend a hackathon, and afterwards you can go with your friends, play basketball somewhere in Hong Kong Island, or you can go to the incredible beaches, or to go hiking with your friends. Big range of activities, and that's why I love this place. Thank you, Vicky.
Thank you, Arkady. So as you've heard, there are a lot of different things you can do. One thing that might be on your mind is whether or not you can get around the city or study without learning Chinese. And the answer, I think, for a lot of students you can see here is yes. English is virtually a second official language in the city. Our transportation system, our official documents will always have a version in English. So keeping that in mind, you can get around town fairly easily when you arrive without having picked up our local dialect of Cantonese. What you also want to keep in mind is that all the institutions represented here today in this session actually offers our degree programs in English. You can come to Hong Kong and pursue a degree, whether it's a professional degree program or a liberal arts education in English. And to talk a little bit more about how studying in Hong Kong is like, I would like to invite Nordalit to talk to us about that.
Thank you, Vicky. So I would really like to focus on my personal experience with academics here at University of Hong Kong. So as many of you might think, statistics is quite a boring subject. However, one of the best experiences I had with courses at HKU was actually in probability and statistics with Dr. Wat Kampui. So what he really did is he showed us how statistics can be really interesting and engaging. He would show us different approaches to solving problems. He would show us all the proofs and made sure that we understood everything in depth. Furthermore, he would also include a lot of visualization. He would graph everything on Excel. He would simulate it so that we understood it better and we were able to present our work as well. And I think that he really helped us a lot in terms of understanding better. He also included a lot of extra classes for those who found it hard to catch up. And as well as that, he also created a lot of discussion forums for us to talk about any problems we face and just share any experience we have with problem solving and different concepts that we found interesting and we would like to share. And I think that's it for academics, and thank you.
Thank you, Nordalit. So in addition to learning your degrees, pursuing your degrees in English, you will find great support in our professors across all our institutions, help, advice as you need as you pursue your degrees, and you will find the classes in an engaging manner where you will not only have lectures in a big theater, you will also find yourself having work at HKU. You might find yourself in a student tutorial that has about 16 to 20 people alongside with any lectures you might have. And that would be the learning style you can come to expect when you're studying with us. In addition to traditional classroom learning, what we value a lot in Hong Kong is the aspect that students should be learning also outside of the classroom. And now I would like to bring along 3 students who can talk about their experience in different aspects of it. The first being an internship opportunity, and if I can invite Matthew to speak about his experience.
Thank you, Vicky. Hello again, everyone. Today I'm going to share with you my internship experiences and how HKUST has helped my journey so far. Now, I believe that it is extremely important for students to gain work exposure at a young age. Now, fortunately, most of my friends at HKUST has done at least 2 to 3 internships at multinational companies before graduating. Now, I feel like that this is unique, especially compared to my high school friends who went to local universities back in Indonesia, who most of the time only does 1 internship or none at all. Now, this can happen because of HKUST's vast resources that is made available to its students. UST provides workshops to help us with our CVs and job interviews, job portals to find opportunities, and even career mentors that guide us through our careers. Furthermore, due to HKUST's flexible curriculums, I find it very easy to adjust my study plan for internships. For instance, I just took a gap semester to have 2 internships, which I'll be talking about in a minute. Now, preparing for internships is one thing, and actually getting one is a whole different matter. The reason I was able to get these internships, even though I'm still a year 2 student, is because of HKUST's brand name. In Indonesia, it is very rare for local sophomore students to intern at big companies. And I was very surprised to see employers in my home country, somewhere very far from Hong Kong, made special arrangements for me and my friends to work at their companies because they were so excited to work with HKUST students. Now moving on, these are a few companies that I have interned at. My proudest achievements were to contribute to Ernst & Young and PricewaterhouseCoopers, my most recent internships. These 2 companies are the largest accounting companies in the world, with branches in over 100 countries each. I was able to be included in meetings with head of departments of big banks, governments, and partners from different firms. And I am certain that I would not have gotten these experiences if I hadn't gone to HKUST and Hong Kong, a regional financial hub. Well, that's my sharing about internships. Thank you very much.
Great, Matthew. Thank you for sharing this experience. And it's great that you get to experience internships and working with these major companies as you're still a student at the university. What we would like to hear next is about another very popular exposure experience for undergraduate students at universities, and that is for international exchange. And if I can invite Bing Qian to speak about his experience.
Thank you, Vicky. I'm BQ. And first of all, I would like to express my gratitude to EduHK for giving me the golden opportunity and sponsoring me to go for an exchange trip in University of Newcastle, Australia. So the first thing that I learned in my exchange experience is ample culture shocks. I, as the only Asian student in that campus or in most of the classes, I have experienced many culture shocks. So for example, Australians have that culture that they would say, have a good day to every single person, whoever they are, or even strangers they have met with. And secondly, Australians have varieties of accents in different regions because Australia is a nation of migrants. So I have a hard times to understand what they're talking about all the time. Not only this, their slangs are also difficult to understand, but it's interesting. So for instance, they prefer calling McDonald's as Macca's, breakfast as brekkie. So I have a real life example that I personally experienced is that one day, one of my Australian friend asked me, "Hey mate, wanna have Macca's this arvo?" I was so shocked because I couldn't understand at all. And it actually means, "Hey friend, do you want to have McDonald's this afternoon?" So, however, these have offered me meaningful insights that these have helped me to apply the linguistic knowledge of world Englishes so that I can apply this back in EduHK. So although we have really different cultural backgrounds, I'm still thankful to every single lovely friends that I've met in Australia. Without them, my exchange trip wouldn't have been so enriched and fruitful.
Thank you, BQ. So glad you managed to get some perks and experience out of that. Talking about experiences, another thing that many students look forward to would be to have a very hands-on experience on applying the knowledge you've gained through different classes. And so if I may invite Caleb today to speak to us about his experience in terms of actual research exposure that he's gained.
Thanks, Vicky. And hey, everyone, it's Caleb again. I will be mainly talking about 2 of my summer experiences. Last summer, I went to University of Cambridge. That was basically an exchange, but I was able to work in one of the labs at the engineering department at Cambridge. And I worked with one of the mentors there, and we developed a maze solver robot. It was a great to work with him. Apart from research, I enjoyed an elegant Cambridge lifestyle, attended those high table dinners and also some other things. This summer, I'm currently working as a research scholar at the Carnegie Mellon University Robotics Institute. I'm directly working with the Argo AI Center for Autonomous Vehicle Research, and I'm currently developing a framework for a safe motion planning via prediction for autonomous vehicles at intersections using reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning is one of the kind of machine learning. It's a wonderful experience in terms of, I'm learning a lot. I'm learning how to, implement real world knowledge, how to see mathematics and statistics coming to life. And also my mentor is great in terms of he's giving me a lot of tips on how to do research effectively. And I'm learning a lot about dynamics of research as well. Definitely, Thomas Wiegels is one of the hot topics of current era. And this is a great opportunity overall. And I'm very thankful to PolyU for sponsoring both of my summer experiences. And thanks for having me. That's all for me.
Well, thank you so much, Caleb. It's so exciting to hear about your research experience and working in the labs, the robotics, and Cambridge and Carnegie Mellon. Okay, now that we've heard everything about academics, I'm sure students are interested to know how campus life at Hong Kong universities are like. May I now introduce Hee-seung to tell us a little bit more. Hee-seung, please.
All right, thank you. So I will mainly talk about Korean Association at City University because it's the association that I interact with the most and I serve. So under Korean Association, we have various clubs like C Studio is a content creation club, Urban Night is a dance club, and Acousity is a band club. So I think the benefit of having many clubs at here is that you can find people that with whom you share your interests. So studying is great, academics is great and lovely, but sometimes you want to fill your time with your hobbies and your interests. And well, where's a better place than joining a club, right? So also in Urban Night and Acousity, they also time to time perform at the school events like Spring Festival, and we have Korean Night and International Night, and they perform. Moreover, I personally joined the investment club where we study macroeconomic trend, its effects on stock, and we try to value the stock also. Furthermore, we have a program like mentoring program, as you can see in the teddy bear poster. It's about how senior help out, you coming students transit to Hong Kong so that they will not be panicked in the middle of the airport. So we got you. What you want, we got you. If you don't have it, you can make it. Moreover, there's also International Society where you can meet many people from all around the world. Like I never met Indians in my life, Pakistan and Taiwanese, but I met them there, and from people from Macau. It was very fun. I mean, other than the culture part, I mean, you can share, what food you like and what's their childhood like, because it's quite different from what you have. So I think Hong Kong is an amazing place where you can meet people you want to meet. So I welcome you to Hong Kong.
Oh, thank you, Hee-seung. I would just like to add that we do have many student societies and clubs, be they sports, social, or academics, and you name it, and you'll find it. You'll find your buddy here, no worries. Now that we've heard our students talk about academics and campus life, what about career development upon graduation? Hong Kong has been dubbed the land of opportunities, and the employment rates of our students are extremely high. We do also provide professional career development support for our students as well. For example, we will work with companies to provide internships for our students, and the career centers of all our universities will organize workshops to help students prepare for job interviews, to help brush up their CVs, and to polish their cover letters. Let's put it this way. With the exchange, the internship, the support, and the services different university career centers provide, you may not need to worry about not finding a job upon graduation, whether in Hong Kong or overseas. You may simply check for various graduate employability rankings, and you'll find that our graduates are regarded highly in general by employers all over the world. And you will find that four-year university education in Hong Kong is quite affordable. The annual tuition fees are around US dollars 18,000 to about 22,000. And on-campus accommodation costs about US 1,500 to about 4,400 a year, and the cost of living is roughly about 4,000 to 8,000 or 9,000 a year. So the total estimated expenses a year would be roughly 24,000 to 35,000 US dollars a year. To put that into perspective, here's a comparison with annual expenses in US, UK, and Australia. You'll find that studying in Hong Kong is about 50% of the cost of studying in US, and about 2/3 of studying in Australia. So, and you get top-rated education with much less money. How about scholarships, you might ask? The universities present today provide generous admission scholarships, and I suggest you go visit their booths and check out the details. I will mention here 3 scholarships that are awarded by the Hong Kong SAR government. There are 2 government scholarships. The scholarship may go up to 80,000 Hong Kong, approximately US 10,000 a year for non-local students, 2 of these. And there's a 1 Belt and Road scholarship that awards up to 170,000 Hong Kong. That will be US 22,000, and that's renewable. The scholarship covers most, if not all, East and Southeast Asia countries. So interested students, you have to submit your program application to the 8 university present today directly. And the university will nominate scholarship recipients to the Education Bureau of the Hong Kong government, and no obligations upon graduations. Now, I would like to introduce Tan Tao to tell us a bit more about the scholarship part. Tan Tao, please.
So besides all the wonderful things you have heard about Hong Kong, I think one of the most special thing about universities in Hong Kong is that they offer really, really generous scholarship. From my personal experience, when I studied at Lingnan University, Hong Kong, I came here with a non-local scholarship on admission, which cover all the tuition fee for 4 years, also all the accommodation on campus for 4 years, and also part of your stipend. So I think these scholarships are really useful as they help me to focus on my studying instead of worrying about other financial stuff. As you might know that housing in Hong Kong is quite difficult to find, and also are quite expensive if you find by yourself. So these scholarships offered by the university are really helpful. Besides that, when you have already become a student at the university, there are many scholarships available for you to help you to achieve your goals. For example, faculty scholarship and other scholarship funded by other institutions. So as long as you grab your opportunities and work your best, I believe Hong Kong gonna be a great destination at a very low cost. That's my sharing. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Tan Tao. Tan Tao mentioned about housing in her sharing. Would it be the same for other universities as well? Let's have Mi Jane and talk about Hall Life now. Mi Jane, please.
Thank you. So yeah, I'll be talking about student halls at Hong Kong. So one unique thing about students' hall at Hong Kong is that each hall has their own hall culture, and depending on which hall you choose to live at, you'll have a totally different experience. And because of that, I would strongly suggest that you do some research on the culture and background of the hall of that university before you make your choice, because after all, you're going to stay at the hall for 1 year and you want to know if it's a noisy or a quiet hall. Yeah. I would also like to highlight the convenience of the student hall at Hong Kong. Well, for my own personal experience, I would say that student halls at Hong Kong is by far the most well-equipped student dorm. Yeah. And there are a lot of facilities at the hall that you can access to. There are printing rooms, gyms, game rooms, ping pong rooms, multi-purpose room, kitchen, laundry room, name it and you'll probably find it. And yeah, and then lastly, I would also like to share a little bit about my own personal experience. So luckily, I was able to stay at the hall for 2 years, and as a hall resident, I was eligible, and I had the privilege to join many different events and activities that are highly subsidized. And some of them are like international festivals and festival celebrations, and also the study trips during semester break. And they're very fun. You can know a lot of people, meet a lot of people, and have fun during the trip. Yeah, so I really recommend staying at hall. Experience hall life at Hong Kong is going to be a very vibrant experience, and you'll meet a lot of people, not only your roommate but also your hallmates. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mi Jane. Yes, all the halls are very well equipped and you will find all the things that you need there. The university will provide on or off campus accommodations for non-local students for at least 1 year. Some will provide up to 2 or 3 years. You may check out the details with the uni reps at the booths today. And if you choose to live off campus, rent, or share an apartment with a friend or schoolmate, double room apartments would cost about US 650 to about 900 a year, a month, just for your reference there. So now that we've heard all our students share about all kinds of aspects of student life in Hong Kong, I would now recommend you to go visit the booths at the Hong Kong Pavilion, talk with the reps, watch the videos, and download all the brochures and the leaflets. So, and we all look forward to meeting you in Hong Kong. So, bye-bye.